Welcome to your favorite internet series of me talking into a camera for 10 minutes every day until it becomes natural. And today my phone ran out of battery, so we're starting the timer here. And I just had a long walk and took a stroll for about 1.5 hours to get my steps in for today because I'm still not 100% at health. The influenza A virus is taking its turns and whipped me pretty hard, so I'm still recovering from that. Thank you for your good wishes. They're much appreciated, but not needed. So that's why I'm not doing cardio, but instead just getting my steps in. I wanted to talk about, I don't know what the actual topic is, but I think it revolves around social cues and some things that I observed that I think people are doing wrong when engaging with people with whom they want to engage in a friendly manner, but can't quite seem to do so or to achieve it. And there's one thing I want to weigh on heavily at the beginning, which is when you meet someone, no matter who it is, and you are better, objectively better than that person in any realm of human activity, you don't mention it, and if you mention it, you don't downplay your own role. The last thing you want to do when meeting someone, and if your goal is to be friendly with them and have a friendly conversation and make your opposition or your person you're talking to feel comfortable in the conversation, then you downplay whatever you're good in, or you don't even mention it. There's something to be said about people who don't brag, but let's say you're talking to an unfit person and they clearly have the goal of being fit. And you know that you are yourself pretty fit and exercise a lot. And you know you want to be friends with that person or engage in a friendly manner. What you don't do, and I think this is very obvious, but people always do so, and I think quite often accidentally. So, what you don't do is go to that person and immediately mention that you're so sweaty. I am sweaty because I'm coming out of the gym. That you're so sweaty because you've just been training a lot. Yeah, training takes so much time out of my day, but it feels so good. I mean, you gotta do it. You don't talk about that. You want to feel the other person should feel comforted in your talking. And if you mention it or they mention it or it is obvious, then you say, I don't know what you can say actually, but you have to downplay the fact that you are doing it. Like for me, I am not employed at the moment. I have a very easy life at the moment. And when I talk about that I work out a lot when I'm healthy, I like working out. I'm not going to that person and telling them, yeah, it's so hard for me to work out, but I'm just that kind of guy and I battle through it. No, even though it's a half-truth, I tell those people that I'm not pushing myself to do it. I just like it. And that's pure honesty there. I like working out. That's why I'm doing it. If you don't like working out, don't work out. I like working out. That's why I'm doing it. In that moment, the other person, if they don't work out or they work less, they feel better about themselves, even though you have said that you are better. Not objectively, but you're doing something that they instinctively want to do but can't quite get to do themselves and therefore feel shame. And you relieve them of that shame by saying, for me it's just fun, and if it's not fun for you, you don't have to do it. Your role in a social environment isn't always to be the teacher, to be the person who holds the mirror in front of people. You just want to be friendly with people and leave them with a nice feeling. And also, if you want to actually change people or engage them in this case, physical activity, the way to do that is not by extending that feeling of shame that they already internally feel for themselves. The way to go at this is with compassion. It's like saying, hey, you don't have to feel ashamed for that. I'm just enjoying working out. If you don't enjoy working out, I can totally get that. If I wouldn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do that either. So I'm putting myself in their shoes and understanding their problem from their side and actually feeling what they feel. So in that moment they feel understood, they don't feel the shame. And then, when all that pressure is relieved, then you can start working on, like, hey, yeah, how would you enjoy exercise? What kind of exercise would you enjoy? Because for every person there is something that is physical that they would enjoy. If you don't like pure working out in the gym, I get that. It's pretty dumb. But hey man, climbing is awesome. You can learn some skills. Jiu-jitsu is great. It's perfect. If you want to play badminton, hell yeah, I love badminton. It's sick sport. There, my German comes out. It's a sick sport. But there's something which you could be finding fun in. So for the next week, try like once a week, one sport where you say, oh, that might fit me. And then go at it. And if it sticks, it sticks. And you can do it, play it, or do whatever. And if it doesn't, you move on to the next thing. And if it's once a week, fine, that's good. If it's twice a week, even better. If it's every other week, fine. Something is better than nothing. That's how you go at it, with compassion. And I keep on seeing people just breaking the harmony of a conversation with overshadowing other people. And if you clearly are in a position, and I'm just relaying this through the example of fit and unfit people, this might also entail everything where there's a hierarchy, even mentally. But just like if I'm a better chess player than another person, I'm not waving that in front of them. I'm saying, yeah, but I don't work. I mean, you work and you're still this good at chess. I have all the time in the world to get better. That's why I am a little bit better, but I could be working even harder. I have all this time on my hands, but you're working and this good at chess. I mean, if I was working, I don't know how I would be able to do that. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Relieve the shame. Don't put pressure on them. Put yourself in their shoes and feel that situation from their eyes. And release your ego. You have nothing to gain from actually overshadowing people when you're actually better than them in whatever realm. In this, if your ELO rating is 1,000 higher than the other person, you have nothing to gain from actually telling that person, if you're not a psychopath. So that's one thing I regularly see people do, which annoys the hell out of me. And if you avoid that, I think you can just speak to people and let them feel comfort in your conversation and relieve that sort of stress that people have. And I have found myself to have much better, much kinder, much more compassionate discussions with people and create a better bond. And after that bond is secured, you can slowly ease in with things that you would actually recommend for that person to change. But in most of the cases, I don't care if anyone around me changes. I know what I like, I know what I don't like, and if something actually is troubling me in my life, I'm going to work at it. But if there's something troubling people about their lives and they're not gonna work at it, that's their problem. I don't know. If they want help, I'm there, but I'm not gonna help you if you don't call for it. That's not my business. But yeah, we got 3 more seconds. I think that was a pretty good rant for today, huh? You can't even hear it. Ah, you can hear it. So, that was the episode for today. Write down in the comments what you like, what you didn't like, what your opinion is, whatever you want to tell me. Also, I'm looking for new ideas to talk about every single day. I'm doing this every single day. To get better for 100 days. I want to talk to a camera. I want to talk to you. This is a lens I'm staring at. You're staring into my eyes. This is much more vulnerable. I'm feeling naked. You're just a lens. So, I wish you a wonderful day. I wish you a wonderful night. And we'll see each other. Bye-bye.